Hi, welcome to Sacred Enzyme. I'm Stacy. I hope that you're doing well today. It's been a little while since I've done any content, and I wanted to stop in today because I've been learning a lot of things that I really want to share with everyone, because I think it's so important that everybody knows what's going on and we can all contribute to the conversation for our mass awakening here on the planet. So one of the things I wanted to touch back on is some of the content that I did in the past, that we were talking about Lucifer, we were talking about Sophia, we were talking about we were talking about blood and blood programs. And I did a video quite some time back where we were talking about blood covenants and how in the beginning that people were signing their souls. They were signing soul contracts with their blood, and because they wanted to have sex. And so I want to touch back on more how important it is with the blood and the programs in the blood and everything. The World Mother, she says that the blood is so important because of the programs in it. And that's one of the things that I want to share today. Is I ran across some material that really struck me, and I'm very big on my intentions. And every year on my birthday, I will write down my intentions that I have for the year. And I always want to create a list of things that I feel like would be in service to the planet. You know, things that I want to manifest for this reality. And I do that every year on my birthday, and I take it out into nature, and I usually take a handful of, milkweed seeds or something and a bundle of sage, and I'll go out there and make an offering, and I'll talk to Mother Earth, and I'll bury my wishes and dreams in the sand. And I do that every year. But I never thought to put blood on my intentions, to prick my finger and seal it in blood. And so I came across this today from this individual. I swear, God controls all AI. I'm telling you, the source controls AI. And anything that, if you just leave your TV running, stuff will pop up there and it'll catch your ear. And you'll be like, what? And you'll run into the room where the TV's on and have to back it up. And literally, this is what I do. I just run the TV for noise because my birds enjoy it. They love to watch the TV screen. And so I'll leave the TV running for them. They enjoy the sound. And so, I just want them to be happy. So I'll leave it running, and I'll be doing things in my office or whatever, and I'll hear something and literally run out there. So do not discount your feed that you have running on any, of your TV. If you're like me and you just let YouTube run from one thing to the next, and the algorithm will just supply your content. That's usually what I do. But I really do believe that, that different beings can control that energy, and the unified, because it's all part of the unified field. Just like my brother controls my radio. There's when the last day that we had a holiday, not my mother's birthday, but before that, the last holiday that we had, my brother told me that he would take care of the music, which was funny because I just put it on and I just let it run. And literally, I've never heard so many George Strait songs in a row and every other song. And my parents were like, Brian said he was in charge of the music. So it was funny. But, they do control the electronics. They manipulate the electronics. It's all part of the field. So, there's strong programs that are in blood. This is why these Luciferians and these people that worship the demiurge, they worship, the archon, the lower dimensional aspects, or the inverted aspects. Lucifer is the inverted aspect of the Divine Mother. And this is why you have Luciferianism. It's just that they support a non-feminine or a complete patriarchal society. This is what Luciferianism is. It's the worship of the inversion of 51% service to others, nurturing, loving the planet, caring about the forests, caring about the animals. All of these things are part of the Divine Mother, all part of nurturing and growth. And Luciferianism is the opposite of this. It's the opposite of this. This is a material. This is the realm that we've been in for a long time. We've been in this realm for a long time. So I want to show you what I put together, and I usually do this on my birthday, but I wanted to try it with a blood covenant. And the reason that I say that is because of the program that's in our blood. And, you know, we talked about the Divine Mother quite some time back, and I made a promise at that point that I was going to do everything that I could. And, you know, I think she heard me. I really do. I think she heard me when I told her. I said, you know, Mother, we are going to do everything that we can to turn this thing around and get you the compassion and the love. And I am personally going to make sure that it happens. I said that, and you guys witnessed it. And since that time, I've been very much interacting with the World Mother. And it's just about making a commitment from the heart, working from the heart space. And, you know, the earth is a toroidal field. It is a toroidal field that looks like a donut, pretty much. The heart is the same thing. We are an overlay. We are matching. This is the divine template. And it's funny. Let me go ahead and read this in, blood over intention letter, and then I'm going to tell you something about what Theodora said about toroidal fields that I thought was really interesting. So I wrote down here that I am my third dimensional self, known as Stacy, in this current time construct, pledge my eternal love and service to our Holy Mother, Mother Earth, Lumari, Mary Mother, and all her beautiful emanations throughout time. I put forth my intention to manifest heaven on earth. No longer in living in a dual aspect, no longer in duality, but living in oneness with all the life that exists here, for all the sake of the ages. I put forth blood over intent to merge all aspects of myself with my collective, to remember all of my parts and accept them and integrate them with love and empathy. Love to you all, sincerely and lovingly. Your daughter, Stacy. And then I pricked my finger and I sign on each one of my covenants and my intentions to bring heaven back to earth. Bring heaven to earth. And you know, this is what they were doing in old times, except they got a little crazy with it, and they were, you know, they were murdering people. They were taking their blood. It's all about blood programs. They were trying to get a reaction from the gods, but their intentions were all wrong. So nothing was happening. If anything, it just got worse because they didn't have the intentions right behind the intent. The intentions, there was no love behind the intentions, excuse me. The intentions were wrong. So if your intentions are coming from the heart, they're coming from an unselfish space, you can manifest them. You can manifest them. We can manifest heaven on earth. 144 versions, 144,000 versions, aspects of ourselves. So if 144,000 people put their blood on intent to bring heaven to earth, to have heaven on earth, we could manifest the reality. And you know, it's all about toroidal fields and energy, because I was talking to Theodore, and it's funny because, you know, I call Theodorus Theodore, I call him Theo. His one of the names that he had in one of our lifetimes together was Theodorus, and so I always just called him Theo. So this morning I was talking to my teacher. My teacher was, you know, catching up with me, and we were talking, and he was like, yeah, so what's going on, you know? What do you know? What new things do you have, right? You know, what have you discovered? Because, you know, I'm trying to corroborate all this stuff with facts. I don't want people thinking that I'm crazy just because I'm trying to share this information. This is important stuff. We need to know where we come from. Well, he was like, you know that the name Theo, I was telling him, I said, you know, I just found out that Theo is like the guide to a bunch of other people. And I said, that's great. I said, I thought he was just my guide, you know, because he told me that we were one person at one time, and that we separated into male and female, and that we've come through many lifetimes together, and that there have been lifetimes that we've come separate. He's helped me from the other side, and I've helped him. So he was like, well, you know that the name Theo means God or gods. And I was like, oh, no, I didn't know that. And I just laughed, and I was like, well, that totally makes sense, because we come from God. We come from God. So how, yeah, of course I would be talking to Theo, because Theo is God. He is God. So I just thought it was funny because, you know, we have these higher versions, these light beings, that we come from these collectives, and they're guiding us. And there's many other aspects of Theodorus besides me right here on this planet right now. And, you know, I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing that so many people are here waking up right now, and that we know that we're supposed to be taking care of the planet, and that we're here for an ascension cycle. It's like, all, you know, it's like, yeah, Lucifer is coming back. Mother, she's inversion of Lucifer, and she's back. She's coming back for her harvest. So I hope you're in the 51%. So, I mean, it's exciting stuff. I mean, it's really exciting that, you know, there are so many ways that we can create this reality for ourselves. And, you know, one is putting your blood on your intentions, intending to create heaven on earth. So, you know, I think that we should all do this. We should try to pass this video around and get people to please put your intentions with a blood seal on them. Intend to bring heaven to earth. Let's all bring heaven to earth. Put the intentions and mark them, prick them with your finger and mark it with blood. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I mean, I know that some people get weird when they think about you putting your blood and it's black magic. It's not black magic. If it was black magic, somebody would be getting hurt. This is for the goodness of our planet. This is for our mother. This is for our mother. She's in stasis. You know, just like these giants and you know, these werewolves and stuff that people are seeing now. These beings have been here the whole time. They've been here the whole time as guardians to us, but we've been so low dimensional frequency that we can't pick up on them. There's like some days where they're all, I mean, there are so many things in the air. There's like cloud cloaking going on big time, and I know when they're there because they tell me. They tell me, and I'll look out, and we'll have all these clouds out, and they look a certain way, and they look a certain way, and they'll be out there just sitting along, just cluster of clouds, all about the same size, and they have a lot of light that comes around the edges of them, and a lot of times they'll have a dark shadow on the bottom. But you know, it's interesting. It's really interesting. They've been here the whole time, and the werewolves and the Sasquatches and stuff. The Sasquatches go in and out. These are all nature spirits. They all come from the mother. They all come from the mother. And you know, these beings are here right now because all of the planets are lined up, and this is the precession of the equinoxes. And so it's okay for them to start coming out because we're going into the golden age where our planet's frequency is coming up. And this time the planet is coming up because it's due for one. It is due to, we are due to manifest heaven on earth, but we can definitely bring it back quicker. For sure, for sure. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. And you know, don't forget to hit a thumbs up. You know, we got to get this information out. You know, the world mother, I don't think she would be wasting her time trying to talk to us and communicate with us if she just wanted to flush the toilet on the planet. You know, it's not that time. It's not that time. And we were all put here for a reason, and we all signed up for this. So, you know, you need to get committed. You need to get committed. It's time. You either go with it or you get left behind. It's just that simple. And you have to do it with your heart. So it's been 13 minutes, and I just wanted to share that information with you that, you know, about putting blood behind intentions, and, you know, that the fact that, you know, that Luciferianism is basically nothing but worship of the inversion of the mother, divine mother principle. And you know, and then, you know, you have the satanic worship, which is just worshiping the demiurge, which is this archonic realm, a lower dimensional aspect of, you know, the demiurge. And this is what Satanism is. This is why it's about, and again, more about blood, right? And enzymes, sacred enzymes. And this is what I was told to name this channel Sacred Enzyme, because humans are sacred. Their body is made of sacred enzymes. Their blood's made of programs. And we have to wake up. So with that, when you come and find me, I'll be here, because we're living in the past, the present, and the future. all at the same time. And, you know, there's a lot of more interesting stuff, but I'm going to save it for another video. But I want to talk about, you know, time jumping and different things like that, and some thoughts that I'm having, you know, about the way that we've gotten here, and how many of us that doing this work, we have been struck with a lot of health problems over the years. And I'm starting to think maybe if it has something to do with us hosting other soul matrices in our body, or having souls jumping into our field, jumping into our vessel, like quantum jumping us. So this is a big, long, drawn-out thing, and it'll probably take a half an hour. So I'm going to save us from that on this video. But I appreciate you putting 15 minutes of your time forth today to talk to me. And don't forget, you can push that wheel up in the right-hand corner and speed it all up, because this is always on the fly. And, you know, I appreciate you guys being here with me for a year, and I love you all. So thank you for watching Sacred Enzyme. Please share and subscribe if you haven't. And I hope to catch you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.